question, and I thought it would be a good chance for us to talk about it.
It seems really serious.
It does,
Got us
doesn't
up
it?
here
No,
like a
I'm just
counseling
tired. It's
session.
day. Yeah, we're counseling. So I don't know what I was saying. Is how do you bring this back to your coalition? $1 million question.
That's a great question.
And so I wanted us to just think about that. You guys are really busy mapping your strategies, but you also need to find mechanisms so that it's not just you buying into it, but it's your coalition.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to spend just a little bit of time after lunch thinking about,
Okay.
for you guys to think about, and there's, one of the things that I've learned is that there's a million different ways to do this. And you guys are all incredible community organizers. So you will know what works best in your community and how to bring it back. But I wanted to share just a few ways that we have seen how to bring this back to your coalition. Because the one thing that doesn't work is passing them the application for the grant and saying who wants to do what. That won't work.
Yep.
So, so I will share, if I were Julian, and she's gonna be addressing THC vape, she's gonna be addressing nicotine vape, she's gonna be addressing prescription medications, and I think we don't know, we're gonna do alcohol. So you got a lot of work to do. Couple of things is, what I would do is, if you have not, because all of you have to write for the DFC grant, I would go back and have that meeting with your coalition where you actually bring out those slides. I sent you the slides that I use on what the DFC grant is. You guys did have that meeting, Judy and Ashley? And how did that meeting go?
It went well, there wasn't a whole lot of people there though.
Yeah. So we gave it as a handout at the next meeting too,
Yeah.
because there were more people there. We kind of did a overview of it as well there, so we may have to keep doing that, as people come and go.
I think you might, and I think that's really smart, because, and this is just my experience as a practitioner, is especially like in Wisconsin, Rick has done some work with our region. We have about 42 coalitions, so every year I've got 2 or 3 or 4 coalitions that are getting ready to write the DFC. And very often they'll ask me to go in and do a presentation, and I shared my slides. So it's just basically what the DFC grant is, and what it isn't hiring Ashley to do all the work, it's a community-based grant. And then I always find it very important for your coalition to have an opportunity to decide if they want to write for the grant. Because,
That one was passed.
yes,
Yeah,
but listen to me, it's passed for you.
Yes.
It hasn't passed for your community. They're not obligated to write it. You're obligated to write it. And so it's really important that I've learned that your coalition needs to say, yeah, this is a good idea, I'm in. Because if they don't, then you've got no carrot to bring them to the table.
No buy-in.
So,
No buy-in.
so our coalition's who's asked us to do this,
Then perfect.
so I feel like we're past that.
That's
right?
good. Then the second part is, and that's a really important piece, because then I say, good, we've got buy-in, now here's what we need to do to get ready to write the grant. And what I need from y'all, because y'all all just decided you want to write, here's what we need to do as a community. Over the next 5 meetings, we're going to have to be really busy. And the reason I like that is because then they're the ones agreeing that they want to do this. So then that gives us a little bit of an open door to start doing the work that needs to be done to build the capacity to
The
write the
surveys
grant.
and the data,
Yeah,
that's where we're starting, right?
yeah, and you know where I would start? No, after this I'll turn it over to Rick. Where I always start is community map. Draw your community map. Draw your community map. It's powerful. Since I've seen you guys last, I've done it with 2 different coalitions that are building their capacity. Drawing that map is really, really powerful, because that's where, if you guys remember back to week 1, that's where you identified the boathouses, and that's where you identified the community doctoring, and that's where Julian identified that kids were going into the dollar stores and getting alcohol when their friends were working.
It's always powerful when we put it up, and we always get a lot of comments from the coalition folks like, oh, we need to add this, or oh, you forgot this, or, you know, so that gets them involved, you know.
Yep.
So, okay, so the coalition has to buy into it. What if they don't? What do you do then?
So, well, I'm gonna turn that one over to Rick before, I'll let him answer this one first.
Well, because we started with people, we lost people, we gained more people, and we've attempted to explain it to them the best that we can, since they're coming in the middle of it,
Yeah.
basically.
Yep.
But what if we go back and say, okay, guys, you guys have to buy into this too, and you are gonna have to do a lot of the work. We can't do all of this work, and they say, oh no, I didn't know we were gonna have to do that.
So I have some thoughts, do you have any thoughts?
Go ahead.
So, here's where, I'm not gonna say turn that off, Deshaun, cause I'm gonna say the word manipulate.